Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai, Barakta Yahweh, Barakta Yahushai, Barakta Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles, great Mr. Royal, and to the Akira and the four corners of the earth, preaching the gospel from Ashak Yahushai in sincerity and truth and diligence of mind in these last days and times. Yeah, this is Brahman Nashir, the DC Church. Short lesson out of the cup of bitterness. Yeah, for the hopeful elect, man, because it's time that our people begin to realize that the Most High is causing a lot of chaos in Babylon, and is using 2/3 of our people to do it. And yeah, the so-called nobles are getting frustrated because their constituents are getting frustrated with all the chaos and all the upheavals of society. You know, you hear about unemployment, you hear about violence, you hear about folks not want to go along with the government anymore. So there's so much confusion, there's so much tension in the air. All right, people are just going nuts. All right. So with the DC right now, man, they got this issue with all these young jakes just getting out of pocket and just turning the city into into a firing range, man. All right, so it's just getting crazy and crazy and crazy. And the thing is, it's just the Lord letting this happen, man, to let the prophets know that it's gonna get ugly. All right, because this is just 2/3, man. The ones that the Most High have given over to this system, they're just expressing their fun. This is how they enjoy themselves, going about wreaking havoc. All right, so I'm gonna get a quick precept from the book of Job, chapter. Let's see. Yeah, Job chapter 14, verse 1. It says, "Man that is born of a woman is of few years and full of trouble." All right, so it's always gonna be chaos, man. All right, in a society that's built upon unrighteousness, that's built upon vanity. All right, and there is no refuge, man, for 2/3, man. All right, the Lord has already given them that eviction notice, man. There is no turning back for them. There is no form of repentance, and they're just going all out. They've lost hope. All right, and it's only a matter of time, man, before the government lays a heavy hand on them. With that iron fist, with that hammer. So right now, man, it's just the DC police, man, just dealing with the situation, and the so-called council members, trying to find a way to get it together, but they can't because the whole system is corrupt from the bottom. All right, the Lord has to burn it down, and that's the reason why there has to be judgment upon the face of the earth. All right, so all these 2/3 are the ones that fell victim, man, to society, to the evil plans of Esau. They're the ones I like to call the weak, those that gave up and decided to just let the will of the devil dominate their mindset. And this is what happens. All right, these are the products of of redlining, products of discrimination, product of attacking the family. So what do you expect? So this is just how the Lord expresses the goals of the evil rulers of this world. All right, the music is messed up, the food is messed up, the air is messed up, the government is messed up, and this is what happens. All right, so when those that control the government disturb people's lives with their legislation and policies, and their undermining of the family structure and the words of the Lord, what do you expect? Chaos. All right. So another precept I would also like to look into is the fourth verse, all right? In Job chapter 14, verse 4, it says, "Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one." So 2/3 cannot be redeemed on this side, all right? The Lord just said, you know what, just live out your life over on this side, and they're gonna cause a lot of trouble, man. And that's why you pray to the Lord, man, to deliver you out of the hand of the wicked, all right? Because our people are just so stubborn, man, you know, just chaos. And all this stuff you hear in DC is mostly the Southern Kingdom expressing their frustration and just settling matters with that, small pocket launcher. And it's gonna get messed up, man, all right? It's gonna get messed up. So you can imagine what's gonna happen when the Northern Kingdom is messing things up, all right? So that's why we pray, oh Lord, man, that we get out of here, man, because there is no hope for our people in Babylon. The government structure is flawed, all right? So the book of Job, chapter 14, actually, you know what? Job chapter 12, verse 16, it says, with him is strength and wisdom, deceived and the deceiver are his, all right? And those that think they could turn the situation around, they're just deceiving themselves, man. You know, this present world was made for 2/3 to enjoy themselves, man, and get out of character, you know, and cause all type of damage, all right? And become wayward and destructive, all right? This world was made for those that indulge in destruction, that indulge in disorderliness, all right? So there's nothing these so-called police officers and all these law enforcement agencies can do to to get this situation under control, man, because the source of the problem, you know, has not been dealt with, and that's the elites, man, the elites of this world. They've they've interfered, you know, with the structure, you know, and it's like a feeder system, man. You know, the feeder system, you know, the pipeline, man. They're not stopping the problem at the source. You know, the families, man. Once you get the family in order, all the madness will stop, but they can't do it. All right, the society is messed up in such a way that families have it hard to stay together. All right, the government makes it easy for families to break apart, and the ones that control the government mess it up too. So what do you expect? You know, when the court system sides with a woman that wants to control a man, and the man is not given his proper dues. So this is what you get, all right? So some extra precepts I would like to look into will be from the book of Psalms chapter 127. Verse 1. Psalm chapter 127, verse 1. And it reads, except the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem El-Shai, Ba'ashem Kwakadash, build the house, they labor in vain that built it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. So it doesn't matter if they have a surplus of police officers and extra help from other jurisdiction. Nothing's gonna change, man, because it's the Lord's plan, man. The Lord have put the world in the hands of the wicked. So what do you expect the wicked to do? Is there going to be peace? No. So that's what you're going to see. So I'm going to play this clip real quick, and I get to a few more precepts, and that's a wrap.
Continue to follow that breaking news in D.C. At least 2 people injured after a shooting in Northwest tonight.
Gunfire startled people out eating dinner at nearby restaurants and sent them running for their lives. Lindsay Watts is live in Northwest tonight. And Lindsay, the chief just spoke about tonight's crime, as did the mayor.
Rob, we just found out that one of those 2 people shot and injured tonight may be an innocent bystander. That is according to Police Chief Robert Conti. I want to give you a look at where this happened tonight here on 14th Street in the Logan Circle neighborhood. Investigation is still underway here. We can give you a closer look at where those shots were fired. You can see the evidence markers and shell casings here on the street. People who were out here.
That's the Edomite section of DC, man. You know. That's the Edomite section of DC, and these Edomites are getting pissed off, man. All right, so it's only a matter of time, man. They're gonna put more pressure on this DC council to allow them to be carrying swords on them. All right, so I'm going to read from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 15. It says, "That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered." All right, so the world is in the hand of the crooked, and what do they like to see? They like to see the crooked act out and enjoy themselves, man. All right, so 2/3 of our people have decided to join hands with the crooked elites of this world, and that's what they're doing. You know, when our people become victims and decide to just, see things the way Esau wants to do it, and they go along with it, this is what happens, man. So this is just how Esau exerts his desire. The elites of Esau, the elites of Edom, these so-called Amalekites, this is exactly what they want to push. More chaos in Babylon. Problem, reaction, solution. All right, pressure from above, pressure from below. 2/3 bringing the pressure from the bottom, and then the elites are bringing the pressure from the top. All right, forcing the hands of these so-called council members and all these police chiefs, sheriffs, and all these agents, that want to make a difference, but they can't, because the system is totally corrupt. All right, so do you think the man of the Lord is going to stick his neck out there and fix it? No, the Lord has already put a solution in place, and that is total destruction, man. Eradication of Babylon, eradication of the empire of the elites of this world. All right, so the Lord has to tear down America, man. The Lord has to tear down Babylon the Great. All right, because when the Lord takes it down, man, there'll be no reason for the whole world, man, to think it's cool to be a master of chaos, a master of being a menace to society. All right, so the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua is going to return very soon, man, and he's going to sort this out, man. He's going to show the world how you take care of situations like this, and it's going to start at the root of the problem, man. All right, so another precept will be from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13. It says, "Consider the work of the Lord," all right, the work of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Ashah, Ba'ashem Krakadosh, "for who can make that straight which he had made crooked?" All right, so there is no way, people could say they want to join the system to make a difference and change things. No, the system totally is going under. You have people that have lost their homes because of the corruption of these big banks, and the court system is going along, and the government doesn't care because the government want to make money hand over fist. So what do you expect? It's corrupt. All right, and how is the Lord going to respond to that? He has to tear it down. All right, he has to tear it down, and that's the time we're getting closer and closer to. All right, so play the clip some more, and I'll fast forward.
Having dinner, report hearing more than a dozen shots. people running for cover, including one of the victims. So let's give you a look at this video that DC police just put out tonight. It shows the two suspects they are looking for, as well as their vehicle. We do have some still images for you as well. We know that both of the men who were shot tonight, they are expected to survive. This is happening at 14th and Riggs Street, again, during the dinner rush. It was right around 8:20. Police.
And this is nothing compared to what happens in Mexico, man. All right? When the cartels decide to express themselves, this is nothing. So this is basically a drop in the bucket, man. So you could imagine, man, police officers being executed on the spot. All that happened over here, you know, in a barrage of gunfire and hail of bullets and all that stuff, and the police is just helpless. You can imagine. So just just understand, man, that there are levels, you know, to the Lord's you know, game plan, man. All right. So it's gonna get messed up anyway. So the Lord just has to, you know, shut down Esau's shop, has to shut down Esau's operation.
Closed down the road. Before they did, I was able to get down there to take a closer look, and I want to show you this video. So this is from across the street from where you saw those shell casings. I talked to some people who were out here having dinner. This is Mexicali restaurant. One couple eating outside says when they heard the shots, they looked up. They thought it was firecrackers in the street. They could see flashes hitting the road. Then they saw people running, including a man who was shot. Listen.
We saw people running either direction, and it was probably time to get out of there. And we saw everyone rush into Mexico and followed right.
Yep, these are the same Edomites. You know, they interview them for for a quick opinion, for a quick soundbite, and they're the same folks that will clench onto their handbags and you know, press the alarm of their vehicle to make it sound, to antagonize you. You know, the same people, man, that look the other way when you're coming around. Yeah, so it's just a matter of time, man, that the Most High sprinkles two tares among them and make them feel uncomfortable, you know. So it's about time, man. You know, the Most High opened up the floodgates of disaster upon Babylon, and the government want to have its new world order. So you can imagine, man, these regular Edomites have to be thrown under the bus. All right, so it's gonna be a show, man, to behold, man, because the wrath of the Lord is gonna be dumped upon the whole earth, and he prayed that you get delivered. So I'm gonna get to the last precept here. It's gonna be from the book of Matthew chapter 13. I'm gonna start from verse 47, and it reads, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which, when it was full, they drew to shore, and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away." Yeah, so the time of fishing is upon us, all right? And when it's time for the sorting to the sorting, we call that the sorting, to begin, it's gonna be really exciting, man. All right, so let me fast forward some more. You hear what your so-called police chief had to say.
Bullet. And tonight I asked the mayor and the police chief, what do they say to people who do not feel safe here? This was the chief's response when I asked him, what do you say to those who could never imagine bringing their family here after this?
Got to make sure that we're doing everything we can as an entire system here in the District of Columbia to hold offenders accountable when these things happen in our community. This is
Yeah, you could hold offenders accountable, but there is a pipeline, man, you know, that's creating these offenders, and you have to deal with that. All right, you have to deal with the folks, you know, messing around with the minds of these children to turn them into little offenders. All right, So once upon a time, it was nice to have a family, to have a father working, a mother taking care of the children, and now both parents got to work to take care of the family. So who's gonna take care of the children? you know, they become weak and susceptible, and then you have parents yelling about critical race theory. You hear about parents yelling about common core and all these colored people agenda being pushed by the elites of this world to destroy families. What do you expect? So it's a constant battle to keep a family under check, to keep a family properly protected, is because the owners of this society, the owners of these governments, have no have no desire to see families prosper, man. They just want to see chaos and carnage, all right? So they could give more money to the police officers, but at the same time, they're pulling the rug from underneath your feet, all right? The same people pushing for a green society are the same people, pushing the buttons for this problem to be never ending, all right? And then verse 49, Matthew chapter 13, verse 49 says, "So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth." All right. It doesn't say police officers. It doesn't say FBI agents. It doesn't say councilmen. It doesn't say governors. It doesn't say presidents. It doesn't say kings and queens. It says the angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just. And that's it right there. That's when the accountability will be taken, into serious consideration. All right. So there's nothing, a badge and a gun can do, legislation can do, the people's desire can do. This is the Most High's plan, all right, to shake down the world, all right, because the iniquity of the elites have reached the heavens, and the time of the Lord to act is fastly approaching. All right. So that's the point there, Akim. So the Lord Yahweh Bashima Shah Bashima Kakadash is gonna let this continue to happen, and it's gonna come with a hammer very soon. All right. Shalom.